Okay, so let's run with this. So welcome again. Immeri Nigeria welcomes you. My name is Solomon James, and I'm a builder and a partner with Immeri Global. And we'll be sharing some exciting things with us this afternoon so that we can all come to speed with what is happening within the Immeri Global world that is actually creating some rave, and people are asking what is happening and what is this all about. Well, Immeri stands for Independent Master Motivation Explorer Replicator International, meaning for every one of us who chooses this path, we become independent, taking personal responsibility to be our own boss, to be a master, fully motivated, and exploring all that Immeri is offering while sharing this and duplicating around the world, taking it internationally. Now, we are not going to be sharing more around the products today. Actually, not the product, the Complan, but Immeri has 3 products, which I'll just mention and then we'll just move on. So right there, you get to see we have the virgin, and I have one virgin here. This is a pack of virgin. Immeri has this as one of its offers for women, for ladies. In fact, it is said that the virgin product was made for women, but obviously loved by men because of the results they get. Then we also have the Vitite, okay, which is food for ourselves and helping us to stay healthy from the cellular level, which is domino effect. Then we also have the Adwell, which is, some of us have seen the demo on how this works, both on cholesterol, on fat, on carbohydrates. The enzymes are crazy, what they do in our bodies. Well, if you did not join us at the last webinar, when we are done, you'll be redirected to where you will have a product overview of what this is all about. But for now, let's move on to the discourse for the day. Let's talk about the compensation plan that Immeri is offering. And let me quickly say this, that what you are going to see here, it's amazing. What you will see here is an overview of the entire marketing plan. The plan is the same for everybody, okay? The results you get is dependent on you. So obviously, you are the variable. For some, this is a 90-day plan. For some, it's a 6-month plan. For some, it's a 1-year plan. For some, it's a 2-year plan. But one thing I will tell you ahead of time is that with this plan, everybody gets to win. So the important thing is to know how the plan works, and that's what we are trying to share this afternoon. Now, coming on board the Immeri Global platform, there are 2 membership assets, 2 membership doors. One is called the Classic Pack. The Classic Pack is it's a pack that was introduced recently, and it costs just 59,200 naira to be a part of this Classic Pack. It's the lowest pack that we have to give a low barrier entry for those who might not be able to come in with the other option. The second option is what we call the Business Builder Program. The Business Builder Program is divided into 2. We have the agency program, and we have the program for people who want to be like, get this product at wholesale values and also make serious profit doing so. So we have the Classic Pack, and we have the Business Builder Program comprising of both the agency program and the wholesale program. Now, when we talk about the Classic Pack actually still gives you some benefit. You get to purchase the product, yes, at 52,900, and you also get to make repurchases of the product at the distributor price. So whatever products you buy, you'll be getting them at the distributor price. You also get to enjoy what we call the sponsor bonus, meaning even though you are a Classic package member, which we call the pre-associate, if you get to refer this to others, if they're coming with the classic pack, you are still going to benefit. You get 5% on your level 1, you get 5% on your level 2. If you were to get somebody who comes in with a higher package, maybe the agency or the wholesale, though you signed up with the classic package, you will still benefit. You will still earn your level 1 and your level 2. Okay, and it's amazing that we have this offer. However, on your level 1, currently they have a promo that's been running that will be ending on the 30th of this month of June, that if you were to getting somebody, instead of getting 5%, you are getting 10% on your level 1. That's for the classic package. Now, again, for the business builder package, what does it take to play in each of these levels? The agency pack costs 295,930,000 naira for the agency pack. Now you are going to get product value worth 295,930. Okay, and anytime you come to buy product after your sign up and you are given this product, which you choose, Immeri actually does not choose the product for you. You choose product that matches up the point of your registration. If you come back to buy any other product, maybe it's just an Adwell, just a pack of Adwell, you'll be buying it at a 30% lifetime discount. So imagine having a 30% discount on the product. That's another way to make money, okay? But that's on the product side of it, which we'll be dwelling on subsequently. So we have the whole tier package that is costing 739,825 naira. So let me just say 740,000 naira, and you are getting product valued at 946,000. So there is 20% added value in products that you are going to get. And mind you, these products are at the distributor's price. So again, even if you were to retail this product, you are making more money. And you also get to have a 50% lifetime discount if you are to come back and purchase even just one product. The same applies for the whole tier 2 for 1.4 million, 1,479,650. You are getting product worth over 2 million naira with a 30% forced rebate, meaning the product you are getting initially has 30% addition of product value to it. Now, you are not just giving one account to run, you are giving 2 business accounts, and you get to buy product at 50% lifetime discount anytime you come to pick any product. The same also applies for wholesale tier 3. The value is 2,219,475 naira, but the product that will be given to you or you will choose will be valued at 3,699,000. So you're actually having 40% extra product value given to you. And you have 3 accounts and you have a lifetime discount purchases whenever you come for 50%. Now we also have the wholesale tier 4, which is about 2,959,300 naira, and you are getting value in product just about double what you pay. So again, mind you, these products are given at 50%. It's not even the retail price. So it's like let's take for example a pack of Vachin, okay? For those who are coming in with the wholesale tier 4, you are getting this for about 7,000 naira plus. The retail price is about 20, so it's like you're making 200%. Meanwhile, you've already gotten about 100% value of the product being added to you to even retail, and you make much more profit with 4 accounts added to that to what you have. So we find out that this is quite interesting, and people are already beginning to make money just logging in, being a member, and selling the product, because the work and the testimonies coming in through this product, they are really Amazing. So you pick up the product, the entry package that fits into you or what you see. But if you ask me, I will tell you, go for the agency pack if you can. That's where the game is being played. Now, the membership ranking, when you become a member, whether you join as a classic member or agency or whole tier, you will be placed in what we call a board. Now, for those joining with the classic pack, we have what we call the pre-associate board. So we call it the pre-A board. Now, every board is made up of two things. You have the pre-associate, then you have the elite pre-associate. Now, the elite of every board is much more like the class captain on the board. So he's the leader, he's the number one person on any board. So when you get to a board, you want to move as fast as possible to become the speaker of that board, the class captain of that board, the head of that board. That's when you become the elite. So you start as a pre-associate, then you move to an elite, then you get promoted and you move to the group A, where we now have the associate, we have the elite associate. You move from the elite associate, you move to the group B, where we have the executive, we have the elite executive. You move to the group C, where we have the manager, then we have the elite manager. You move to, after the group C, there is no board. You are like a shareholder now. You become a director of the company. So you become a director, you move to star 1 director, move to star 2 director, move to star 3 director. Then you move on to the, to being a diamond, an emerald, you are a sapphire ambassador, and the rest of it. So it's crazy. You become a diamond ambassador, emerald ambassador, sapphire ambassador, and you get to max out the benefits of Immeri. So let's go ahead with this and let's see what else we can do with this. Now, like I did say, Immeri offers us lucrative payout, innovative, competitive, and profitable comp plan. And you are going to see how these things are being stacked up. Few persons who this have been exposed to have been asking, come, this thing is too much. At every level, there's so much money to be made. And that's why we say with Immeri that everybody wins. So first, whether you are a classic member, an agency member, a whole tier member, you get to enjoy what we call a sponsor bonus. However, we have what we call a team bonus. Team bonus is more for people who are from the associate board, that's the agency. Okay, you get to enjoy team bonus. Then we have the elite bonus, we have the promotion bonus, we have the leadership bonus, we have the director development bonus, we have the same rank bonus, we have the repeat sales bonus, we have the travel incentive, we have the car reward, then we also have the house reward. So the question is, how do I get to run with this and benefit from all these lucrative plans that Immeri has put in place for everyone to benefit from? Now, first, again, it means you want to share this with somebody. Now, you can't be a member and just go selling the product. Obviously, you've got to share the product with somebody for people to see the benefit and also buy from you. But because the testimonies are, I mean, they are just mind-blowing, amazing, people are coming in and you get to share this with others. Now, the company says, as you get to share this product with others, we are rewarding you. So if we have the first reward is what we call a sponsor bonus. It means when you sponsor someone, meaning somebody is joining you and you are a classic member and somebody joins you as a classic member, you will earn 5%. Okay, you earn 5%. But like I said, there is a promo running right now till June 30th, where on your first level you are earning 10%. Now, if you are to be an agency, you earn the same thing. If you are to be a wholesale tier 1 to tier 4, you get to earn 10%. So the same thing applies if you were to be an agency or a wholesale participant. So sponsor bonus simply means an additional 10% repeat sales point on level 1 will be given to you. Okay, and the repeat sales point, you get to understand this, will be used to purchase product. Now, let me tell you upfront, there are no auto ships with Immeri. There are no auto ship with Immeri. So if you come in, you choose what to do. However, as you are building a team, Immeri is giving you points that you can use to actually buy products or purchase product, own products that you need. So again, with Immeri, everybody wins. The same thing applies here. Now, for classic customers and above, which is what I've just shared, you get to enjoy the sponsor bonus when people join you. And let me quickly say this also, that the payout is real time. It means if somebody joins you, check your back office, your cash is there, and you can cash it out. You can use it to buy product or do whatever you want to do. This you get to understand with time. So let's go to how the game is played and the interesting part of this comp plan. Now, like I said, if everybody belongs to a board, if you come in as a classic member, you belong to a board. Now we have what we call the pre-associate board. The only people on the pre-associate board are those who are the classic members, those who are joining with the 59,200. Now, in case you don't have the agency pack, you can join with the pre-associate and scale yourself and get promoted into the agency pack, which is the associate pack. Now, it's a board of 15. Okay, it's a board of 15. However, though it's a board of 15, the top board, the top 7 slots are already pre-filled. They are pre-filled by those coming from the pre-existing board. So, though it's a board of 15, only 8 slots are available to be filled. Now, because it's a board of 15, the first person on that board is the elite of the board. Now, the elite of the board cannot be dislodged. Once you become an elite, that position is locked. So what do you do to enjoy? If you want to actually max it out, make sure you qualify as the elite of the board. And how do they pick the elite of the board? On each board, immediately the 15 person comes in, it means whosoever is the elite will be promoted. So in this case, on the pre-associate board, if the 15th person comes in, the elite pre-associate, that's the class captain of the board, will move. Now, if the class captain moves, now we have a board of 14 people. Now, having 14 people, remember, like I said, everybody is filled with 7 persons at the top. That board will split into 2. So there will be 7 persons on what we call group pre, let's say A1, then we have A2. The question now is, how do we choose these persons? How do we know who will become the head of the board, the class captain of the board? Now, let's look at the screen before us. You got to see that on the top board, you are having number 2 having 3 people, meaning number 2 has sponsored 3 people into the team, into the board. Number 9 also has 3 people. Now, since the 2 of them they have 3, the rule says 2 members with the highest sponsor in pre-group A will become the elite pre-associate when the group splits. Now, in a case where the results are the same, seniority will come in, will be a determining factor, meaning the person who registered first will move, will head to that board. So again, 2 things are playing out here. We're having timing, the time at which you registered him first, then we are talking about the qualifications, the number of sponsors that each individual has. So in this case, you find out number 2, I beg your pardon, and number 9, they have the highest sponsor, meaning they have 3 each. So again, you see number 2 heading one board, you see number 9 heading the next board. If you look critically on this same board, you find out that the next person with the highest number of sponsors is number 11. Number 11 has 2 persons. So again, you find out number 11 will go to the board where 2 is. Number 5 and number 7, they each have one persons being sponsored. So again, number 5 will go to the board where number 9 is heading. Number 7 that has 1, since the two of them have the same, will move to the board where number 2 is heading. Then you see that every other person there has 0, okay, as it is, as it were. That's number 3 down to number 15. So you have number 3 moving to the other board, number 4 moving to the other board. You have number 6 moving to board 2. You have number 8 moving to board 1. You have number 10 moving to board 2. You have number 12 moving to board 1. You have number 14 moving to board 1, and you have number 15 moving to board 2, respectively. Now, this is how the board is determined, and this is done automatically by the system. So what do you want to do on this board? You want to make sure you have the highest qualification on that board. Where there is a tie, seniority comes in. So again, it says to you, don't waste time, because there might come a point where maybe 2-3 of you have the same point, but seniority will be the determining factor for who becomes the once the 15th person comes in, the 15th person is that person that always will come book here. I told you that we have the sponsor bonus, we have the team bonus, we have the promotion bonus. Where that to that person? So in this case, maybe 15 who was the head of that board, let number 9 have been promoted, and your promotional bonus is 200 points. Okay, 200 points. You get to know the value of the. If a classic member sponsors an agency or a wholesaler, the qualification will be reserved in Group A. It means if you sponsor somebody who comes in with an agency or a wholesaler, now that part gives them what we call a fast track. So with a fast track, they move straight to the associate board, but you are not yet on the associate board. You are in the pre-associate board, what we'll call IGMB, before you get admission. Now, even though they've gone ahead of you to that board, you don't lose out. Everything and every benefit that you were supposed to get will be kept for you. The very second you enter the associate board, instantly everything that will lead to your back office instantly. So again, will it be wrong if a classic sponsor, an agency or a wholesaler, you will be having more benefit doing so, because whenever you move into the associate board, you will be seeing those persons in the associate board. Again, the agency and the wholesaler program starts you from the associate board and not the pre-associate board. Okay, let's move on. When we have the board being filled, the elite pre-associate is promoted to the next board, and they move on to the next board, and the next board is the associate board. Now the same thing happens here, where you get to see it's a board of 15. The top 7 is already been pre-filled, and just the way I explained in the previous slide, how the class captain is choosing, and the rest of the 6 members joining the class captain on each board is choosing. Again, the rule is 2 members with the highest sponsor in the group will become the elite associate when the group split. If there is a tie in point, seniority will be the determining factor. Like in this board that we are looking at, you'll find that number 2 had 4 registrants, meaning had sponsored 4 people. So you see number 2 and number 3, they were the highest sponsors. So the 2 of them became the elite on the associate board. So that's what we call the elite associates. Okay, so they became the elite number 2 and number 9 because they had 4 and 3 respectively. Now, when you look at number 5 and number 11, there is a tie. They both had 2 each. However, number 5 came early. Again, remember timing. So number 5 will move first. Number 11 will move to the other board. Number 3 and number 1 have the same. So you see number 3 moving to one board, number 7 moving to the other board. Then The others are distributed accordingly according to when they also came in, since they all had no point. Now, that's how this board is placed. So let's take an example for the group A1 board. We already have 2, 5, 3, 4, 8, 12, 14. Okay, then we have the number 8 to number 15 position being filled. Now, this is the rule if you want to max out and become a beneficiary using the Immeri comp plan. Immeri is the only system where I have seen that with just one person, you can begin to earn tremendously. You can recover your capital and you are still making profit with just one person. How? This is the rule of the game. Make sure you contribute. The associate board is a contributory board. It means if you do not contribute to this board, you are not part of the people that will share the largest on the board. So rule number 1, at least make sure you have one person on the associate board, which is the reason why if you were a classic member and you had somebody go ahead of you to the associate board, the very moment you join the associate board, you will already be having one qualifier, meaning you also begin to earn. So what does that say to us? Make sure you have somebody moving with you to the associate board, or get more agency members or whole tier members to partner with you so that they also come to this board. So this is the rule. This is how it works. If you sponsor one associate, per person that drops on this board, remember board 8 to board 15 needs to be filled. We call them tax. So per person that drops on that board, whether you are the one bringing them in or not, you'll be paid 1,800 naira per person on the associate board. That is if at least you have one sponsor. Now, whenever the 15th person comes in, that board will split. It means the board will break. It will cycle. There will be a cycle. Now, imagine you just have one person and you didn't add any other person. You can be on this board for 20 cycles, meaning from number 8 to number 15, you are earning 1,800 naira per person. Number 8, 1,800 naira. Number 9, 1,800 naira. Number 10, 1,800. Whether you are the one bringing them in or not. Now, you can stay on this board for 20 times, meaning the board keeps cycling. You have not added another. You have not gone out of that board. You have not been promoted. You are not yet contending to be an elite. However, being on that board, 1,800 naira will be paid to you times 8 tax times 20 cycles. Now, that is 288,000. Can you see how with just one person, you are already winning? Just one person. Take note, you've already been given a product value of equivalent of almost 300,000 naira value in product. And yet I have one person who I would have also have earned the sponsor bonus. And now just because I have one person in the associate board, I'm going to earn 288,000 naira every time the board splits, even though I've not added any extra person on that board. This is simply amazing. Now, what happens if you have 2 associates or above on that board? It means instead of earning 1,800 naira per person that drops on that board, you are now earning 3,600 naira per person that drops on the board, whether you know them or not, whether they are in your team or not. You get to earn 3,600 naira per person into 8 places. And if you choose to sleep there, like some comedians will say, we die here. You choose to die there, you will be on that board for 20 cycles. That's 576,000 naira just with 2 persons. You did nothing extra. You have collected product worth 300,000 naira, and you still have this money dropping for you real time whenever there is an action on the board. Guys, this is amazing. Again, with Immeri, everybody wins. So you want to move into the associate board as fast as possible. Again, if you have the capacity, please start with the agency pack, because it will be putting you in the league where you want to play. It's much more like the Premier League. Okay. However, let's move to the Champions League. Now, let's go back. I didn't cover up something. Now, I just talked about the associates, those who are associates, sponsoring one person and sponsoring two persons. If you are the elite on the board, your earnings are different. What I've just explained has nothing to do with the elite. The elite associate has his or her own payment different. Number one, for being promoted to an elite, they give you what we call the elite bonus. Remember, we talk about bonuses, and it is 57,960 naira just for becoming the elite associate. You get 57,960. Now, per person that drops on the board, while others are getting 1,800, 3,600, for the elite associate, you are earning 11,520 naira per person on that board. 11,520, whether you know them or not, whether you brought them or not, whether they are your team or not. Once anybody comes on that board as the class captain, the senate leader on that board, you are entitled to 11,520 naira. And remember, this is going to run, it's supposed to run for eight tax. However, it will run for 7 tax. So they are going to pay you 11,520 naira times 7. Why 7 and not 8? Because the 8th person coming in on the board, which is the number 15 person, is always a special person to the class captain. Is always a special person to the elite associate. It's a parting gift. So because that number 15 person will make whosoever is the elite to be promoted to the next board, they make sure, rather than getting the same 11,520, now you are earning 34,920 times 3 in value, just for that last person coming in. You are earning 11,520, but for the number 15th person, now you are earning 34,920. Now, remember that 15th person moves you. Now you are given what we call another promotional bonus, which is 57,960. You were paid 57,960 when you became the elite of the board. When you are leaving that board, they pay you the same amount again. Now it's called promotional bonus. So if further you can enjoy as a promotional bonus as the elite of that board, okay, you can enjoy as the elite of that board because you are leaving that board. So as the elite, your earnings are absolutely different. So the minimum that an elite associate can earn on this board is 200. Being an elite is 231,480 naira. Mind you, you would have also been earning when you had your one person, when you had your two persons before you became even an elite. So there's so much money to be made even at this level. So now let's move on to the Premier League. Well, once you are promoted as an elite associate, now watch the growth curve. You started from the classic pack, maybe, and now you became the elite of that board, which was the elite pre-associate. Then you moved to the associate. From the associate, you became the elite on that board, became the elite associate, or probably you went directly and started there and you became the elite associate. And now you are promoted to the next board, which is the executive board. The executive board is where the masters begin to play the game. The same rule applies in determining who heads the board. The two highest performing executive, okay, meaning they have more downline promoted to executive who become the elite executive. Now, when it comes to the executive stage, it's not, you don't sponsor people into the executive stage. You grow members, you build members, you work with members, with your team members, with your partners to come and meet you there. So the rules are absolutely different. On the associate board, just have one person that you sponsor there, you earn. Have two persons, it multiplies. On the executive board, it's a different rule. If you don't have any executive, no executive promoted, every time somebody drops on the board, you are paid 5,760 naira. Every time somebody is promoted, somebody comes into that board, yes, joins from the associate board, moves, maybe because first you can't move if you are not the elite associate. Everybody that moved from the elite associate to the executive, you'll be coming to this board. Per person that drops on that board, you are earning 5,760. Why 5,760? Because you don't have a personal member, a personal team member, personal sponsor who you have brought into that board. Now, this board will run for 10 cycles. So you can choose to again say, we will die here. I'm not going to do anything. What does that mean? You will earn 5,760 into 8 places times 10 cycles, because it will repeat itself. You will still be at the top and keep earning, okay, being an executive. So obviously you have 460,800 naira just waiting for you for just being an executive, even if you did nothing. But I don't think that's why you joined. I don't think that's where you want to play. Now, if you have one member of your team becoming an executive, your earnings change. From 5,760, now you're earning 11,520 per person that comes on this board. Now, into 8 places times 10 cycles. So you're looking at 921,000 naira 600 waiting for you, just because you had one person and probably something went wrong, you went dormant, you became inactive. However, every time there is somebody on the board, you are being paid 11,520,000 naira, just because you become an executive and you help one member of your team to become an executive. Now, what happens if you had 2 executives? Now, the lessons you should be picking out here is work with your team, because the more the Immeri plan is not a selfish plan. Now, I might be an influencer, but I can't just bulldoze myself without building a team. Help the next person. Let everybody win. Support somebody in your team. As they move to join you where you are, obviously you are being rewarded. So 2 executives are above, you are paid 17,280 naira per person that comes on the board. Remember, you may not have been the one bringing them on that board. You may not have been the one, they might not in your team, but the fact that they come on that board, you are paid 17,280. Now, this is going to run for 10 cycles if you don't hit the board and move out of that board. So times 10, that's 1.3 million, 1,382,400 naira. Just having 2 executives with me on my board, and I choose to sleep there. This is serious money. Hey, this is not for the elite executive. This is not for the class captains. This is just for every other executive. Now, if you become the elite executive of the board, the first thing you do is to get your elite bonus. It is 579,600 naira. 579,600 naira just because you became the class captain. Just because you became the Senate leader. 579,600. Now, per person that drops on the board, others were getting 5,000 naira, 11,000, 17. For you, it is 115,920 per person, whether you know them or not. Anybody that comes to that board where you are as the leader, you get paid 115,920. And this is for supposed to fill in for 8 tasks. However, it's not going for 8, it's going for 7, because the 15th person is always a special person to the elite. So multiply 115,920 into 7 places. Got that? When the 15th person comes in, they are not paying you 115,920, they are paying you 347,760 times 3 the value. Because that number 15 person is like a handshake to you. And with that coming in, it means you are also being promoted out of the executive platform, and now you are getting an additional promotional bonus of another 579,600. What are we talking about here? You became an airline, you are paying 579,600. You are leaving, they are paying you 579,600. Per person that drop on the board, you are being paid 115,920. The 15th person triples it, gives you 347,760. What does it take? 2-3 people can make you the elite of the board, helping 2-3-4 partners. So again, everybody gets to win. Mind you, just being an elite executive, you would have earned minimally 2.3 million. Now, this is not taking into consideration the earnings you would have made with no executive, with 1 executive, with 2 executives and above. This is getting very, very interesting. So when you become the elite executive, when the number 15 person comes in, now you move out to another league where I believe you want to play. Is the league of managers. You become a manager. Now, the same game, the same pattern on choosing who heads the board, the 2 highest performing managers with more downlines promoted to be manager. It means again, you can't just go to manager. You help somebody to become a manager so that you earn more and will become the elite manager. So the 2 highest performing managers become the elite managers. When they have the same numbers of managers on the board, and seniority will be the determining factor. So let's look at the earnings for the manager. Different rules also apply here. If you become a manager on a board and you don't have anybody promoted directly, sponsored by you to become a manager, per person that becomes a manager that joins that board, you'll be earning 57,960 naira per person. 57,960 because you have no manager on that board. But here you are still being rewarded. Now, remember that will happen for 8 tasks, from number 8 to number 15. You can choose again to say we die here, which I hope not. But that will be 57,960 times 8 times 10, because it cycles 10 times and you'll still be there collecting even though you have no manager on that board. Now with that, you are already earning over 4 million, actually 4,636,800 naira, just for being a manager and nothing else is happening. That's simply amazing. Did I repeat that? Did I mention that there's no auto ship? There's no flushing of points to say, oh, maybe I went dormant, I was inactive, they flushed my points, I'm not going to earn. There is nothing like that here. No manager promoted, even if you choose to stay there, 4.6 million naira. Now, if you have 1 manager promoted to join you, your earnings per tax moves from 57,960 to 115,920 per person that drops on that board. Now multiply by 8. If you choose to die here, God forbid, you will still have over 9,273,600 naira to collect. This is not in addition to the ones from the executive platform, from the pre-associate and the rest of them, because for you to come in here, you have already been earning that. This is not in addition to sales you are making with products. This is just building an organization. But at least having 1 manager promoted with me, if I stay there long enough and I've cycled 10 times, I have over 9 million naira to go with. If I have 2 managers or above, per person that drops on the board, I get to earn 173,000 880 naira per person. You know them, you don't know them. They might be your enemies, but once they come on that board, hey, you get the alert. 173,880 times 8. Now, if you choose again to say, we die here, and you choose to stay there, and you are not moving, you are not competing to be the elite of the board, and you cycle 10 times, 13,900,000, almost 40 million naira is waiting for you, just because you have 2 managers joining you on that board. So you find out that if you look at the system is not asking you bring 1 million people, bring 100 people. Wherever you move to, get 1 or 2, you are benefiting. Get 1 or 2 to also have the same experience, and you are benefiting. So I become an associate, I get 1 or 2. I become an executive, make sure I have 1 or 2 persons experiencing that. I become a manager, I have 1 or 2. Now, this is not for the elite. This is just being a manager. 13 million. However, if you were to be the class captain on the manager board, what we call the elite manager, your earnings, number 1, is different, as always. For qualifying as an elite manager, the first alert you receive instantly in real time is 5,796,000. So 5.7 million naira is credited to your account instantly. You become an elite manager. It's called elite bonus. Now, per person that joins the board, per tax that happens, whether you are the one bringing them or not, your earnings are absolutely crazy. You get to earn 1,159,200 per person that drops on that board, just because you are the elite manager. You've collected 5.7 million for being as an elite bonus. Now, per person, what we call team bonus from the team, anything that comes on that board, per tax, it's supposed to be tax 8 to tax 15. But remember, 15 is always special, so tax 8 to tax 14. 1,159,200 is paid to you into 7 places. When the 15 person comes in, it triples, because rather than any 1 million per tax, for that 15 person you are being paid 3.4 million, just because you were the head of that board. Now remember, the number 15 person will also help you to move to the next board, to be promoted. So immediately the number 15 person comes in, you are not just being paid the 3,477,600, you get to be rewarded again with the promotional bonus of another 5,796,000. I mean, I was explaining this the other day, and somebody said, hope the money no go finish. There's so much money to be made here. With Immeri, everybody wins. So you see the reason why it's not just joining. People are truly interested in helping build others to win, because as they build others to win, they are also winning. So it becomes the team flow, and you see how Immeri has structured this. So as the elite manager here, you have the minimum you will make as an elite manager. Not being a manager, you would have earned all those millions being manager, but the minimum you make is 23 million, just because you were the elite manager on that board. Yesterday, Ghana produced the assistant manager. Immeri has just been around about 6 months or so on the continent of Africa. I started in Ghana, and just about 6-7 weeks in Nigeria. And Nigeria has one manager. Ghana produced yesterday the assistant manager. So just imagine the amount of money coming in just 6 months. So what will happen when we hit 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Nigeria is still warming up. Something is about to happen in this space. That's why you've got to pay attention. There is so much money to be made here. Now, when you exit the manager board, there is no board anymore. you'll be going into what we call being a director, a shareholder of the company. But before we get there, let's show you some other ways you can earn with Immeri, just being a member and a partner with them. We have what we call the leadership bonus. Now, the leadership bonus comes to those who are executive managers and directors. Again, the profits, your money is paid out real time. So it's not, oh, we are talking about Green Monday, Green Tuesday, Green Friday. Real time, your money hits your bank, your back office, and you can cash it out. Now, when your direct sponsor member is promoted to the same rank as you, meaning if you are an executive and you help a team member to become an executive that you sponsor directly, you are given a bonus of 57,960. This is different from what you have been collecting before. This is just leadership bonus because they believe you are working with them. You should work with them. Help your people. You are earning 57,960. Now imagine if you had 10 executives. Multiply 57,960 times 10 because you help them to get there. If you are a manager and you help your direct downline to qualify as a manager, you are paid 597,600. Imagine you have 10, that's another 5.something million. If you are a director and you help a team member to become a director, you are earning 5.7 million, 5,796,000, just for helping each director. So I want to help every other team to come to where I am. That's where teamwork pays. We are not competing here. Can I help you? I want where I am. That's the Immeri game plan. It's not the selfish one where the leader breaks and goes to the top of the board and you are struggling. He will not get there if he's not helping you. And for helping you, they are rewarding him. So don't just join a selfish leader. Don't just join a selfish company. Make sure the company you are joining has created a system to also support you. Because this is a support system for the people joining to make sure they are not left stranded. Grow with your leader and your team. That's leadership matching bonus. That's the leadership bonus. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which again is very interesting. I told you there are 11 ways you get to earn with Immeri. It's a director development bonus. Now, from the manager level, okay, sorry, let's get back a bit. From the manager level, there is no board anymore. From the manager level, there is no board. Now you are a director. So once you become a director, you want to start earning. But to earn and collect this, to be a shareholder, you want to be a one-star director. Have you seen their own requirement? They don't need to bring 100 people. Just bring 1, 2, growing with you. So for me to be a one-star director, it means I have developed one director. They're not asking you for 10. One director. You become a one-star director. Now, what are the benefits of this director development bonuses? 1% of your entire team group sales is paid to you. 1% on new activation sales. Everybody that is activated per day, and listen, these monies are paid out daily. They calculate all the team activation for the day. 1% of the entire group sales is paid to you because you are a one-star director. And how do you become a one-star director? Because you grew with somebody, one person being a director also in your team. To be a 2-star director, develop 2 of 1-star directors. Now you are earning 2% of the group sales. To be a 3-star director, develop 2 of the 2-star directors. You become a 3% earner of the group sales. You become a Sapphire ambassador. You develop 3 of 3-star directors. Now you're earning 5% of group sales. You become an Emerald ambassador and a Diamond ambassador, and now you're earning 6% of the group sales. Listen, if you thought being a manager or an elite manager was money, you are kidding me. This is where the game changes. This is paid out daily in groups. what is happening around your team. So, guys, Immeri is well structured to make sure you get to earn for every effort, for every support, for everything that you do. Now, not just being a director, Immeri has also created a system where you get to earn for having, again, your team members coming into the same rank with you. It's called the same rank bonus. Now, if I'm a one-star director and above, and I've been able to raise my team members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter the level, like, to support them to also become one-star directors, I get to earn from their own growth. Now, on your level 1, meaning the people that you brought in directly, remember you as a one-star director, you are earning 1% of your entire group sales. Now, you're also earning 1% of the group sales, the PV of your level 1, your direct sponsors. Now, they have their own people that they are working with, which you choose to also work with them. Level 2, you are earning 1% of the group sales of your level 2. So you're not just, you want to work and hit bedrock, according to Don Filer. Level 3, working with members in my team or in my organization, not directly, maybe 3 levels deep. If they can hit one-star director, 1% of their groups, 0.5% of their group sales will still come to you. Level 4, the same thing. Level 5, the same. So 5 levels deep of support. You are still collecting your own 1% group sales, and you are collecting level 1, 1%, level 2, 1%. This is happening daily and paid out daily. Guys, this is amazing. Simply amazing. Now, we have what we call the repeat sales bonus. Now, if you are an agency member, meaning either you grew from the classic to become an associate member, or you bought the agency pack and you just move in straight there. For agency and above, you enjoy what we call the repeat sales bonus. Remember that there is no authorship. However, every time you join, products are moved. They don't see a person, it's a business, they see products moving. Now, 10% of personal income will be reserved as repeat sales retention points. And you can use these points to collect products and use the product, and they still pay you 10%. So as I'm making money, they are reserving 10% for me to be able to pick up product without cash coming out from my pocket. They are not flushing your points. They are not saying, "No, you have points, you must use that point this month. I can keep that point till the next 10 years." There's no time frame for the usage of your points. So it's not like, "Oh, there's monthly authorship for me to use." Now, if you use this product 5% for using the products yourself, your first level uses the product 5%. Your second level 5%, your third level up to 10 levels deep. As each person is buying, as each person is consuming the product, personal use, they are moving the product, the company is paying you 5% even for using your product. Simply amazing. So the 5% for 10 levels deep starts from you, not even your team members. It starts from you yourself, basically using the product. All right, let's move on. Now you have what we call the travel incentives. To qualify for this, you need to be an elite manager, one-star director, and above. As an elite manager, apart from other travels and things, benefits you're going to get, you get something like a pocket money. It's a bonus, 405,000 naira, 720 naira for you to use. To just have fun and buy some things on your trip. If you're a one-star director, you are given about 753,480. That's not to book your flight. You can't travel abroad and with 400 and this thing unless you are going to Ghana or Kenya and come back. No, that's not our trip. But mind you, the amount of money you have made, it's enough for you to be living this lifestyle on your own. But however, they are giving you extra pocket money. If you're a one-star director and above, they have the 5% travel point from the director development bonus being reserved for you. Okay, so there's a whole lot happening that we are benefiting as partners with Immeri Global. Then we also have a car reward. When you become a director, they give you a car worth 5.7 million. It's very important that you collect your first car. They don't monetize it. Your first car is not monetized. You get to collect the car and just enjoy it. Even if you have cars before, you've got to collect this. When you become a 3-star director and you have to be given another car worth 11.5 million naira, you can choose to monetize this car if you don't want that car. Okay, so we have our car reward. But mind you, you would have made enough money to even be buying cars before you got here yourself. Now, finally, we have the house reward. Immeri Global thinks on things ahead, okay, and they put all the structure. Now, they have gotten themselves a penthouse in Malaysia. Currently, they have 18 units of this penthouse already ready for people who will hit Diamond Ambassador. Okay, let's have the first 18 and we'll be growing the numbers. But right now, they have this penthouse in Malaysia. Now, the value for this penthouse is worth $300,000, about 108 million naira. Now, they are also going to help you to secure what they call My Malaysia Second Home Visa with multiple entries up to 10 years. So not just that you qualify to get a penthouse worth 300,000 naira, you have a second home visa, multiple entries up to 10 years by the company for you. I mean, this is amazing. Now, for some of us who might say, I think the land is green. I like Nigeria. I like wherever I live. Excuse me. And I want to stay back home. I don't want Malaysia. You can cash it out, but you'll be cashing out half the value. So you'll be collecting $150,000 or 54 million naira. I mean, that's still substantial. But hey, the choice is yours. I had some people coming to the office the other day. They were already analyzing the penthouse, the views, who will stay at what wing. I mean, it's amazing. That's the dream. So we begin to work towards this dream, having a penthouse already built for you. Okay, it's amazing. It's 40 minutes from Kuala Lumpur, and it's just a 20 minutes drive from Kuala Lumpur International Airport. So I mean, it's not in the bush, it's not in the forest. Just 20 minutes from the airport, 40 minutes from Kuala Lumpur. Okay, and it's crazy. People have this on their vision board and they are going for it. So guys, we've done over the hour mark. But if you see, every level there is something to win. Every level you join, there is something to win. Just joining, they give you products that are more than what you paid for. You are winning. You move, you are winning. You get somebody to move with you, you are winning. You are supporting people, you are winning. Others are, I mean, it's at every level. This is massive winning. Again, with Immeri, everybody is winning. This is why the excitement in the air is crazy, and people all around the country and all around Africa, and the countries where we are, they are seriously jumping on this ban, on the Immeri train. You want to do that ASAP. Now, as we bring this to a close, because I kept talking about the class captain, being a captain of your board, there is a promo that is running right now, and you want to be a part of that promo. Is the road to elite, being an elite, being the class captain, being the Senate leader, starting June 1 to June 30th, 2019. If you rank advance from the elite pre-associate to the associate rank, Immeri will be giving you 1 box of Vitite or Adwell. 1 box of Vitite or Adwell. Guys, that's value. That's value. You choose whichever. But just for being an elite pre-associate, I mean, this wasn't there when we came in. We would have collected all of this. Now, if you rank advanced to an elite associate, you get 1 box of Vitite or Adwell, because there are some people right now who are in the pre-associate level. So I would have said, oh, I've just left elite prayer associate, I would have collected. They gave you an opportunity that if you can now rank advance to be an elite associate, you're also going to get 1 box of Vitae or Adwell. They said, but I've just moved from there. I've moved into the executive board. They said, okay, rank advance to elite executive, and you get 2 boxes of Adwell or 2 boxes of Adwell or 2 boxes of Vitae, plus one I love Immeri t-shirt. They have this t-shirt, beautiful t-shirt, branded I love Immeri. So you get 2 boxes of Adwell or 2 boxes of Vitae plus 1 I love Immeri t-shirt. But maybe you're already an elite associate, and you say, I'm already there. Why didn't they bring this early? Rank advance to be the elite manager, and you're going to get 4 boxes of Adwell, and not all. The other one was 2 boxes. Okay, or if you rank advance to elite associate, 1 box of Vitae or Adwell. If you rank advance to elite associate, you are getting 1 box of Vitae or Adwell. If you rank advance to elite executive, you are getting 2 boxes of Adwell and 2 boxes of Vitae plus 1 I love Immeri t-shirt. That's amazing. 4 products plus the shirt. If you rank advance to the elite manager, you get 4 boxes of Adwell and 4 boxes of Vitae, meaning 8 products, plus 2 pieces of I love Immeri shirt. Immeri is always giving. We have something coming up next week for Father's Day. I forgot to put that up here. You can come join and celebrate with us. June 13, June 14, we'll be celebrating Father's Day, and there's a whole lot of giveaways for that event. Please, you'll get to understand this. But I mean, this promo is running June 1 to June 30th. You want to be on board. So let's take this down. Let's wrap up with this. Now, I met a great man a few years ago. His name is Dr. Dov Dodos. And he made a statement that caught my attention. He said the only failure in life is the failure to participate. The only failure in life is the failure to participate. People are jumping in on Immeri. How will you know if truly everybody is winning? With Immeri, everybody wins. How will you know? The only failure in life is the failure to participate. So whosoever sent you this this video or sent you the link to watch this understands that they want you to win. They don't want you to lose. They don't want you to be a failure. The only failure in life is the failure to participate. I hope you will participate. Why? Because nobody was born to win. Nobody was born to lose. You were born to choose. So today, I know you've had quite a couple of other things in the space. This is different. I have chosen to win. Some of my partners online right now, they've chosen to win. People in the team, they've chosen to win. Why? Because they choose to win. It's my hope that today you will choose Immeri, because Immeri is built to last. Immeri is built to last. They have offices. They have, a great office here in Lagos, Nigeria, by Maryland. Well stocked, great staff, a great support team, everything. Product with NAFDAC numbers and the rest. It's not just something that just came in and yet we are just 6 weeks old, and we are already threatening the status quo in this space. Guys, get back to the person that invited you to find out how you can plug in to this. Somebody showed you this link. Somebody showed you this video. Get in touch with them. Listen, we are looking for sharp people who have more desires than excuses. Are you one of them? No excuse, only results. Remember, it can be a 90-day plan for you. It can be a 60-day plan. It can be a 30 days plan. People are already crushing it. We want to be a part of this and to also enjoy what we enjoy with Immeri Global. With this, I want to say thank you for joining me on this webinar and listening to what we have to share. We will be doing this again subsequently. As I stop the presentation, you will be redirected to in case you want to watch to find out what the products are. There is a link that is being shared that you'll be taken to show you the amazing product that Immeri is offering. So again, thanks guys, everyone who has joined in Ochuko, you are going to be the next manager. I see that Ochuko is going to be the next manager. And there's so much money to be made. I agree. Olakole, yes. Temtope came late, but that's fine. Oluwafemi, yes, great to see you here. Dan, great to see you here. It's amazing. What we have is simply amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being a part of it. So please get back to the person that invited you on to this webinar or who shared this with you. And let's get started ASAP. The next game and the next move is on you. Like we'll always stay simple, stay happy. God bless you. Thank you very much for being a part of Immeri Global and for being a part of our presentation today. Bye-bye.